says, the queen often protects the king. Coming away from the black and whites to the colors of life, we've often heard and we've experienced that behind a successful man, the presence of a strong woman is inevitable. We have with us today Ms. Amisha Sethi to share her inspirational story with us. Hi.
Hi.
Pleasure to have.
be here. Thank
Yes.
you
So to begin with, marketing, choreography, writing, fitness, motivational speaking, it's a lot for me to say as well. So there's a lot that you have been doing. So how did this particular thing come up, like probably from marketing to choreography or from there to fitness? So how did each story unveil for yourself?
I think how it happened. I started off as a marketing professional, and life is like a journey, and you keep exploring yourself, and you keep looking at different dimensions about yourself, what you like about doing, what you love doing, and how, and you also try and find a lot of things which are good about you. So. I think things happen accordingly. I wanted to be a choreographer because I was good in dancing, and that was way back when I was doing my schooling. However, just like very typical, scenario where your academics are more important than your extracurricular activities. So I ended up doing my MBA, and that's how I ventured into marketing. However, I realized as I progressed as an individual and not in my professional life or in terms of my materialistic happiness, that as an individual, you should keep exploring yourself and you should keep checking your deeper nuances. And that's how, when I was in my exploratory stage, I started to write. My writing was for a purpose, and the purpose was to go ahead and share certain learnings that I have experienced. And probably add a little bit of contribution in making a happier world. So dancing, choreography, fitness, it all came into being simultaneously, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this stage of my life. Yeah.
So, and also as a youngster, you were quite clueless about the fact that how to go about life as well. So, how did you come away from those hurdles of life?
I think I'm as clueless as I was 15 years back. I think every moment, every day of life is is like a new journey. It's this it's I know we all are living a life which is extremely conditioned from a macroscopic view. It looks like, yeah, it's all set. You go to office, you get back, you have family, and you do certain weekends, and you go trekking, and you have certain adventure, and there are certain other nice outer circles in your life which defines you. Like, for example, you've just defined me as a writer and as a fitness instructor. But beyond that, I think life is very different. Life is about getting deeper into the fabric of who you are as a person, and what are you capable of, what is the purpose of your life, and so on and so forth. So I think I'm still in that journey where I'm trying to live a purpose, which I have nicely embraced a couple of years back, which is to be the most beautiful person from inside. So I want to reach the soul fitness level of the. Uh, I want to reach the epitome of soul fitness, and soul fitness being the person that you want to be proud of when you're taking your last breath, and that person and that that whole halo will never come because you are like a CEO, or you have like hundreds of properties and money and family as well. No, that would come when you feel great about the way you lived your life, the how kind you were with the people around you, and how compassionate you were, and if you really understood uh, the different experiences that you've had in the life. So yeah, that's my journey at this point in time. Yeah, so I'm as clueless as you can say. Yeah.
So, connecting that to your achievements as well. So, right at a young age, so you have been picked a winner for the Youth Achiever Award by the prestigious CMO Council, and as the young woman rising star of the Young Woman Rising Star of the Year. at the Women Leadership Congress. It's a world congress, right? So being there to at a global level, you have been identified as a winner of something. So how does it feel? Because it's a lot of work that you put in, and then you're getting identified for your work. So what do you feel?
There is a sense of satisfaction for sure. You feel great that okay, the efforts that you've made and the contributions that you've done, no matter to whom and to yourself, at least it's getting acknowledged. So yeah, I think the feeling is good. Um, yeah, but again, that feeling is there at that point in time. You reach a euphoria when you receive an award, but then that euphoria doesn't stay there forever. So that is why I was talking about keep exploring yourself. Do not get stuck. So if you've got a particular award, you've done good in a particular field, don't get stuck to it. You're not prisoned. Just keep exploring yourself. Explore even if, and we all say that we should explore things that we are good at. I think you should be exploring things that you're really weak at. And probably fitness was one of the things. I was fit all my life. I used to eat really good food and stuff like that. But I wasn't really a fitness freak. But in the last 5 years, I think my life has taken a different stand altogether when it comes to fitness. So
Okay. Yeah. So during your work life, you might be facing this, or you might have already faced it. So there might be instances where people come and say, "Hey, you're a woman. You are not supposed to do this, or you are supposed to work in this particular way, or you are not supposed to react to your boss in this particular way," something like that. So when those kind of situations happen to you, how did you react as an employee?
I actually laughed it off.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
quite interesting.
I was I remember when I started off my career, like my colleagues used to call me and my boss used to call me a Jhansi ki Rani because I used to just I don't really used to care.
Were you a
Yeah.
rebel back
I
then?
wasn't a rebel, but I think I was a sweet rebel.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they used to tell me because
How do you define that? What is a sweet rebel?
I was assertive. I was, if I don't like something and if I don't think what the other person is saying is right, obviously as per my logic, I would just politely state it, and I would say that hey, you know what, I don't think what you're saying is right. And yes, you do face, at least in your initial struggle when you're in your professional life, you do face certain situations where uh, there are certain wrongdoings which are happening. There is politics, and there is certain reasons why you should not, certain reasons because of which you do feel hey, you're not in spite of you being nice and doing all the hard work and even the performance is coming through, there are people who are like nicely creating some or the other issues for you every day at work. But I think the way I took my professional life was that hey, let's just go one day at a time and do not be amazingly serious about it. It's okay. I mean, it's workplace. You give your best and you assertively tell and politely tell what you do not like or when you do not agree. And again, be fearless. I mean, max what will happen? You're gonna lose your job, right? Which is okay. Which is still better than losing your mind. So.
That so you seem to be a happy person with what we have like conversed over a while, and always you've been speaking about how a person should be kind enough, which brings us to it doesn't hurt to be nice. Yeah, that's your book, and that was a bestseller in 2015 when it came, and that's your first book as well. So your first book getting into the bestsellers list of the year. So that's something that an accomplishment that you can actually be proud of. So what actually led to you penning that book?
So I was there was a time in my life, and it's not that it's over as yet, where I did reach the 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 lowest points where you don't feel um, good about anything which is happening in your life, and that was when I was at the peak of my career. I was at BlackBerry and I was heading the brand marketing for Asia. Everything was going very well. However, I wasn't very happy or I was at peace. and you know, it was from outside world, it was great because I was getting awards. Everything was great.
From within you are at
Yeah,
peace. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And but yeah, there were the consistent piece was missing, and that's when I started questioning life itself. I did a lot of research in ancient sculptures. I started reading a lot of ancient texts and philosophies. I started meditating a lot, and I I I asked questions that I never asked in my life before. That what is the whole purpose of living this life? Who am I? What am I here for? What is my role in this life? Why am I even living this life? And I also realized that everything around me was very external. Like even my name was given by my parents, right? It's nothing that I was holding myself. So every layer that I had put myself was only defining a certain aspect of me, but that wasn't the real me. And the pearls of wisdom that I was able uh, to derive out of my entire experience of researching and meditating at the same time and trying to get the deeper meanings of life uh, uh, brought me to a point where I wanted to go ahead and share all these learnings and experiences with a wider audience. And if I had budget, I would have come up with a movie. But I thought, how about at least using a book? And the purpose of writing this book was to spread the beauty of being beautiful from inside, spreading the ideas of kindness, compassion, love. And love is not just about the love between the two lovers, but love as a whole, as something where as a point of perfection where you have the ability to love no matter what the situation is. And here love means self-love, where you love where you love yourself, you love the every aspect of you as a human being. And that excited me and encouraged me to pen my first book. Yeah.
Yes, so it doesn't hurt to be nice is actually here as well. So yeah,
I
seeing
would
this,
sign it for
oh,
you.
okay, sure. Yes, this is something dream come true. I'm getting a hand on the bestseller of 2015 as well. Privileged. Yes, so just seeing this book, probably if I just go through the abstract, so Kiara is a dynamic 30 something girl who has reached great heights professionally and is the apple of the eye for almost everyone who knows her. So, reading this, Kiara and Amisha, is there some connection between these both?
Oh God, every single time I've given an interview, I've been asked this question.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, there is a connection, and the connection is that every single word that I have written in this book comes through my own inspired experiences.
Yes. So again, we'll just go towards something that people would actually want to listen to in the context of Women's Day as well. As you can see, I'm wearing a pink kurta. So, oh, thank you. So, can pink actually be a color that can be associated with men? Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, why not? Actually, I think it's pink is just a color, and I think it's very trivial to connect a color to a woman or man
Or a man?
or a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think pink is a beautiful color. It's so warm. It's charming, and something which is so warm and charming can look good on anyone. And I actually personally really like pink on men. Yeah.
Women shouldn't party late night or get drunk. Your reaction to this situation?
I think it's all rubbish.
Oh, okay.
I think every woman has every right to do what she feels like, and I think I think there's no one to decide what's right or wrong for them. Just go ahead and live your life the way you think is right.
The mainstream media, as you've observed, and many there have been many theories, many people writing about this extensively. So mainstream media actually portrays women as subjects to visual pleasure. nothing more than that. So this is
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
something that has been
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
troubling my mind as well. So when as a student, when I had classes on film studies, so this was something that it's been there since the past. It's been there even now. I don't think it's not going to take a
Yeah.
break in future
Yeah.
as well. We've been starting to question these beliefs as well. So have you ever felt that there should be a law to control how films or how visuals are made with women as subjects?
Actually, I have a very, very neutral perspective here. I think filmmaking is an art, and an art has to be and it's an art of expression. It's an art of showcasing a certain dimension of life or a person. So if it is restricted, you wouldn't get the beauty wouldn't flow. I think it should be fluid. It should be open. There should be no restrictions, according to me. There shouldn't be any laws written about expression. Of course, there is certain kind of content which might be uh, not uh, might be not great to consume by a certain kind of society or audience, or may not appear great to certain people. Like, for example, I do not like violence. I do not like to see like crazy scenes of people killing each other and all that. But then that's my personal opinion, right? And I can always choose not to watch that particular piece of art. So yeah, I feel and also, to all due respect to the women who go ahead and um, cast themselves or perform on stage or perform in a movie, a certain kind of pleasure giving activities or entertainment, it is again their choice, and I respect people's choice, people who are making that art, and as well as people who are featuring in that art.
And there has been debates and discussions whereas people are calling for equal representation of men and women at the legislative house, maybe at the parliament, or perhaps in your own house as well. So what do you feel about equal representation in houses, law-making houses, or your own place of residence as well?
I think it's a very, very interesting point. Some time back, I was debating with somebody in a lawmaking firm about reservations for women. Should that increase? Um, See, at one hand, I'm talking about equality, right? And moment you put reservations, you're again giving them and taking them to a higher pedestal. I feel if you're good and if you really want to do it and if you have content, you would get there. So for me, an equal opportunity definitely should be there. We all should have equal opportunity, whether it is a man or a woman. But I think I'm a huge fan of merit. So if you have merit, go. Yeah, no one should stop you to grab that seat in parliament.
So to bring down the degree of the discussion that we are having, we have our favorite, the rapid fire round. So we'll begin with your favorite color.
White.
Your star sign?
Virgo.
Your first crush? When was this?
Ranbir Kapoor.
Okay, when was this?
This was when Rockstar got released, I think 2010, 2011. Yeah.
Your biggest motivation from home?
Love.
Your favorite tourist spot?
Kerala, and the place is Munnar.
Professional or personal life? Pick one.
Personal.
A mountain or a beachside?
Beachside.
Your one-line life advice to all, not just to women, to everyone.
If you want to seek something in life, seek yourself. Seek the infinity inside yourself. Seek peace.
Peace. Okay, it
Thank
was
you
great
so
having you
much.
here.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
It
I
was
had
awesome
a lot of
talking.
takeaways from this as well. More personalities, intriguing stories, and amazing experiences await you, and Begum Show is going to continue. Me too. Then.
I I actually personally really like pink on men. Yeah.